So here we have Altered Book Collage, and it is by Barbara Mathewson. So, have you been altering books? Have you had much experience? If you brought this book, you are going to be in for a treat, because it's got so many different ideas, and we'll go through. So in the introduction, we've got what is collage, what to do with your altered books, building a page, general supplies, and then it goes on to general instructions for preparing the book. It gives you 101 ways to alter a book. This is a list, 101 ways, and glue a word or small picture under a glass bauble or lens, rearrange the order of original text, try to make the ending first, glue product labels to pages, rub metallic paste over a page or embellishment. So there's lots of different hints and tips for you to try when thinking about altering your books, and this gives you some really great ideas. Then it has techniques for decorating book pages. So it's given you some ideas, but it gives you some techniques, and we'll just go through the other bits so that you can see equipment, building a page, displaying books, the history, and then it gives you some techniques and actually shows you what you could do: decoupage, colouring, using bleach and stamps and doing it in that way, and transferring, as you can see, working with slides. If you happen to be able to get some slides, you can use this in your altered book, dominoes, and then it also then goes into the cover. So watercolour batik pages, leaves of nature, cover and page ideas. So as you can see, there's so many different tips, beading and the edging, that you can try one or you can try several, but you always find some interesting ideas, doing cutouts, making windows, using different supplies on there. And you can, you know, try using, say if you used beading with stitching, then you might want to stitch on paper and then add it to the book, and again, different ways in which you can embellish it. I've got one of these books that folds out. It's a children's book. So the children's books have, they're usually thick, you know, made from cardboard, the, you know, the younger children's books, and they're nice to work on when you're working in an art journal or making, you know, altering a book. Torn windows, stenciling, leather bound, using ribbon, cheesecloth, all different fabrics, stitch, tags and envelopes. So there's so many different things that you can add to a book to make it look different. I mean, look, they've got a key there, buttons, lace. So it's a nice book. It's a very nice book to work through and see what kind of ideas you want to incorporate. Try a new technique, see what you've got in your supply, and try out some of these examples. And then at the end it looks like we have books, altered book pages by other artists and what they've used. And you can transfer this into other art practices. So if you're painting, you can maybe think about putting some of the ideas on here, embossing, using stamps. So there's lots of different spreads that have been used. And That's it. It's got metrics conversion chart. Let me see if there's a resource. There's a resources page in the beginning. Well, she calls it acknowledgements, and she acknowledges some of the suppliers in the front. And that's it. So check it out if you get a chance. Altered Book Collage.